Thomas Bichon limping again. Ace 9 3 deuce 1 suit. And ace 10 double 3. I wouldn't mind a raise here, wouldn't mind a check. Well, he's gone for the check. 80-20. Ace 3 board. Woohoo! 6-5. Gut shot for Bichon. Nothing much else. It's one of those situations, if he can bet it out, if he can lead out here, and it kind of looks like a hand the small blind would make up the big blind with. You don't have to bet much. 6,000. Cheap stabs. What's the worst that can happen, Dr. Pepper? Jan Peter Yachman, he knows he's checking a lot. And it's come the deuce. Bichon now with a pair. Well, if it carries on like this, we're going to be here for 20 hours. Jan Peter Yachman, he knows he can take a cheap stab now. Diamonds have come. Thomas Bichon, come on, my friend, dig deep, find the check raise. What a great move that will be for the viewers at home. Oh no, that's not to be. Thank you, Bod, to Bod. What I'll do is I'll just stop the stream and I'll start it again. Hopefully that will get it all working fine. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me know if that's any better. All right, thanks for that. And Bod, just send a message to Kings and let them know. No point telling me how wonderful you think I am. Let my boss know. He'll keep employing me. Message at Poker Room Kings on Twitter. Most appreciated. And we're off to a flop again. There has been a raise this time. Thomas Bichon ace, King 10x. And look at this, Jan Peter Yachman, top set on a rainbow board. Gut shots for Vasily. Bichon top pair. Jan Peter Yachman is going to get on. As Jesse May would say, on like a big con. And he's got the man leading out into him. On a dry board, Jan Peter Yachman. Don't pull the trigger. It's too much of a beautiful board. Well, it's kings and fours for Jan Peter Yachman. Yeah, don't do what he had before. Isn't it? Simple snap. See the turn. If it comes a brick on the turn, you can probably get away with a small bet so he doesn't get a free card at a straight. If it pairs the board, no. King 10 for Bichon. There's trouble. Jan Peter Yachman's got a shot here at becoming one of the chip leaders. If he could get a stack full double up here. The pot's 84,000 already. Jan Peter Yachman, a beautiful check. Thomas Bichon surely is going to bet the pot here. Now if he bets 80,000, he's only got 100k behind, it's going to go, and if he calls, he's going to be left with 320, Thomas Bichon. And Jan Peter Yachman will become our new chip leader. And let me tell you, I think he deserves to win this tournament. He's bet 68. And I think he just wants to calm down a bit, Jan Peter, because he's very excited at this moment, I can assure you. The tightest player at the table, the chip leader, is leading into you. You've set the trap. You've set it twice. You know he's hit the 10. He must have hit the 10 or he's got a set. Thomas Bichon is not betting a draw here. Not the way that he plays poker. Now's the time. Move it in. When he does move in, ladies and gentlemen, you've got 5 minutes. It's not going to be a snap call. It's not going to be a snap fold. There it is. There's my man, Jan Peter. Go on, my son. Sorry if I'm shouting into the mic. I've got to get a bit excited at some point. Thomas Bichon asking for a count. He's going to see it's 188,000. That's 120,000 to call into a 30,000 pot. I don't think he can fold top two. Truthfully, though, what can Jan Peter have? Like we knew with the aces, if we play, we can see the screen, but take the screen away, take the action. When he had the aces, there's nothing else Thomas Bichon could have had except aces or queens. So, Thomas Bichon, play this hand back in your head. On the flop, check, bet, called, turn, he checked, you've bet pot. He's now moved all in. The best hand, or the worst hand, should I say, he's got, excuse me, is King 10 with redraws. With some form of gut shot, with some form of straight draw. It's a rainbow board, there's no flush possible. What can you beat? You can't beat anything. Can Thomas Bichon put in? Could he have put in? No, he doesn't. Oh yeah, 150, 200, 1015, 225, 225, yeah.
This is 50, yeah?
150, 205, 215, 217, 218, 218,000. Graphics are a little bit incorrect. Chip counts were a little bit wrong. We won't tell anyone off right now.
205, 215, 218,000. 218,000.
Yeah, he's not happy. And he's quite right. I get just as angry at dealers in this spot. Now, the problem is, Bichon, he's going to think this through. He's got 438,000 potentially, if the graphics are right there. And he can't beat anything. He cannot beat anything. And if the man doing the data input, it's 218, not 288, if you can hear us. Very kind of you, Bod. Very kind indeed. Okay, it's going up. It's going down. I think Thomas can fold this. You know, these players, they're not stupid. We're not a 2-2 Omaha cash game right now where they're not going to fold. It's just, you can't, there's no bluff. There's no bluff here. This is just not a bluff spot for Jan Peter. And he's not going to make that move with King 7. He would have just let out with King 7. Or check called potentially. But it's getting late. These players could be getting tired. It's quite hot under the lights. Jan Peter Yachman. Well, there's already 268. Call it 70 is 140. There's 220,000 in the middle already. So Jan Peter is going to have over a third of the chips in play, even if Thomas Bichon folds, and I'm leaning towards a fold. I'm going to find out in the German commentary box what you think they're going to do. I'm going to send my man in to see what they think is going to happen. See what the Germans say. Bod, did you follow me on Twitter? Are we Twitter friends? Are we Facebook friends? Where are you from?
No shame in folding, my friend.
Oh, now Jan Peter knows he's close to folding. He's trying to talk him into calling. And it doesn't defeat what he's got. They think he's going to fold too. It's a unanimous decision, which means he's probably going to call. He's trying to work out the odds. There are no odds in this situation. You're either a mile in front and he's bluffing, or you're a mile. You're in a world of pain. That's my favourite expression. He's folded. Yeah, good, solid fold from Thomas Bichon. Thomas Bichon now is less than 300,000. We have a new chip leader. Jan Peter Yachman is our chip leader. The graphics on the screen are a little bit incorrect. We could tell that from what the all-in was, what his chip count was, and what Thomas Bichon has left stack size. very close up the top, and we are going to be heads up 80 big blinds deep if we can lose our player in seat 6.
I need a break. Can I ask for a break?
Thomas asking for a break. The other players aren't going to give him a break when he's running bad. There you go. I see your Twitter request, my friend. If a player's running bad at the table, don't give them what they want. Just get into every pot with them.
Must be cheap leader now.
Thank you, Peter, for that tweet. Let me find a way to work this site. Jack 8. Well, Bichon, if he finds a 5 here, he's in trouble. Here we go. Bot, not bod. I got you, my man. We are on. No, I'm not. I'm saying if we lost the short stack, we'd have a deep heads-up match. I give everyone a chance. If you've got a chip and a chair, you deserve to be there. In is in. And if you're in, you can win. Doesn't matter how many chips you got, never give up. Especially in pot limit Omaha, anything's possible. He started the day as chip leader. He was aggressive. He gave a few chips away. He tightened up. He's come back. And he's sitting in perfect shape. 200,000, 20 odd bigs, 25 bigs. Thomas Bichon there folding. Pretty amazed about that. And the Jan Peter Yachman. 1, 2, 260, 280, 280 to 300, close to 400,000. Same in mine. Comes back now. Ace, Queen, 3-3. Peter Yachman with the Cowboys. 1 suit. He loves these bad boys. He'll be pumping it up. 15,000 to play. Something like that. Into the big... Well, the button's in the wrong place on the graphics. Don't like this call. Kings need to be raised, but he's got the big blind to stick in a raise. That was his goal. 10-8, 7-4, double suited. If a man limped into me, I'll be raising a lot of big blinds too, especially if the chip leader's limping. And me and Peter Yachman wondering if he should pull the trigger now and get the chips in the middle. You've got to remember, Vasily hasn't really stepped out of line too much in the past couple of hours, so there's no real reason to come over the top. Keep some pot control.
Can I get a large coffee with me?
Jack 6 deuce. First card that we could see in the window. Looked fantastic there for Vasily, but it just got worse. King's way out in front. He's going to know he's in front. Is he going to pull a C-bet? And if he is, he's definitely getting called, if not raised by Jan Peter. Jan Peter knows kings are good in this spot. 3-handed. Now, I wouldn't blame the man for raising. I wouldn't blame him for calling. Eight on the turn improves Jan Peter Yachman to 2 pair, but now a gut shot, a double gut shot, and a pair, and a 10 ball. Now 10s and 8s. And this really, Vasily, Jan Peter Yachman's played this hand slow, so he should be check folding this river if he's bet into. I don't know if he's going to get bet into. It's a pretty scary card. I mean, a check call on the flop could be the bottom end. Maybe small 2 pair. Maybe he wants to stick a small value bet in and a bet fold. You know, 25,000 maybe. But he likes big bets. And wow, looks like he's going for a super big bet. This is really turning his hand into a bluff. That looks like about 60,000. Pretty easy fold here now from Kings. You know, that 65,000 you could have used to bet the turn. It's a lot better use of that chip stack than just to slow play to death and then just check call off with Kings. It's not advisable. And Jan Peter is thinking about it. But all you can beat is a bluff. Your chip leader, preserve your stack. Well, he's reaching for chips to get a read. Good luck with that, my friend. The prize is, all you got to do is tweet us what time you think this tournament's going to finish today. Time now here is 1:49 in the morning. You've got to let us know what time we are going to play the last hand and our champion will be crowned. Signed Patrick Antonius World Series goodies to give away. Who do you think is going to be the winner? What time will we be heads up? And I'll run another little competition. Oh no, I can't. We've got lots of competitions tomorrow for the Super High Roller. We've only got a few thousand things to give away. We can't give it all away in one day. Yeah, still open. Competition's always open. I'm telling you now, it's just before 2 o'clock in the morning on this time zone. We're judging it by this time zone. Signed Patrick Antonius. Yeah. Signed Patrick Antonius goodies from the Kings Casino World Series of Poker merchandise. We've got bags, hats, t-shirts, jumpers, hoodies, zip-ups, and pictures. Just got to tweet me at Paul Zimbler. What time you think this will be finished? Pretty easy. We had one competition. Who was going to be the bubble boy? What time were we going to burst the bubble? They were the first two prizes of the day. Solid fold there, Jan Peter. He knows he can use that chip stack better. Surprised he didn't put pressure on earlier. But he decided to take that line, I guess, out of position. Limp calling a raise, check calling the flop. Probably could have led that turn, but he decided against it. In which case, it's a pretty easy check fold on the river. I can't say that myself out loud in the chat box. But it's going to be a late night tonight, that is for sure. I've gone to get my pillow, my slippers, and we're ready to go. On the button. Okay, the graphics are wrong. So, small blind, big blind. Limp check. Okay, it's been correct. Jacks. I like the 3, 4, 5, 8 hand myself. I like it even more now. I lie. 62%. This is going to be a pot where Bichon's going to lose a few chips unless he connects. He needs a 7. He needs a 4. He needs a 3. Because Versov has flopped a straight. Can't believe this pot's going to be that small. Turn card. Not only has he got a straight, he's got a flush draw. It's a 9. Perfect card to keep the action going. Full-size pot bet should be coming out here. You need your opponents to pay for their draws. Your opponent clearly has something because he's called you on the flop and he's perfect. Perfect here. 24,000. I can't see Thomas Bichon folding this. 2 pair and a gut shot. A deuce will give him the raggy end. The same end as it happens. A 5 will give him the top end. No, it won't. I'm going absolutely crazy. A 7 will give him the top end. A 4 and a 3 give him a full house. Split pot. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Both players. Deuce comes, it's a chop. Hence you can see 75%, 18%. There's 3 deuces left. It's about 7%. So 7 and 18 is 25 and 75 makes the 100. So there's a 7% chance of a split. And that's the deuce. Wow, he's got Thomas to fold. I'll tell you what, Jan-Peter Yachman wouldn't fold that.
Folding machine.
Look at this man back in the game. He's taken his time. He's just laid low for a while, crept around in the bushes, and now he's attacking. And he's building his towers. And the action now on the man accumulating chips. Vasily Versov from Belarus came to our table, the chip leader. Razy daisy on the button. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody start taking control of this final table. Queen 994 double suited, three-handed. Thomas Bichon folding a hand, potentially playable. Been called here. Jan-Peter Jachmann. Eight, nine, deuce. It's a set. It's a gut shot for Jachmann. It's a set for Vasily, who will be betting his set. 29,000 in the middle. Looks like about 22. Jan-Peter Jachmann, overpair, backdoor hearts, gut shot nut straight. He's not going anywhere. He knows the power of these cards in Omaha. His opponent could have anything at this time. Not the best hand to really be defending with and calling with. A deuce on the turn. Beautiful card for both players. Both players could feel they're in front. Action is checked to our aggressor, who's got the nuts. Well, second nuts. I don't know if I'd go for such a big bet here. 73 in the middle. I might bet half pot, like 36. I think he's gone. Well, he has. Perfect. I like this bet. 37,500. If your opponent called on the flop, you have potential they're going to call you on the turn. Half pot bet is beautiful in this scenario. You've thrown the hook in the water. There was a quick bite. Two outs now. Front door and back door for Jan-Peter Jachmann. Players beginning to get a bit tired. Key stages of a tournament, the last few hours, obviously. One mistake is brutal. Jan-Peter with 260, 70, 89, 300,000, just under a third of the chips in play. He knows the power of preserving his stack. He wants to be the aggressor. He doesn't want to be calling it off. If you call this and the river's a brick, what are you going to do? The river's a jack. What are you going to do? You're going to do your money. A 10 and only a 10. And Vasily is loving life right now. And look at this. He's going to get paid. What a sick card for Jan-Peter Jachmann. He's going to check. And we're going to see, I think we're going to see near enough 100k bet. A 2/3 size pot bet is perfect because he got to assume he's been called by a wrap. If not an overpair or a deuce. So now's the chance. The jack's a beautiful card. I think 100,000 would be beautiful. And I think Jan-Peter Jachmann, it's got himself to blame for this one, unfortunately. Well, I love the way they reach. When they go back for those extra couple of chips, it's a big tell live that they've got it. When they take one off their stacks, when they don't have it. And the bet is 70. A snap call. And look at this. We're going to see the shake of the head. Ayya!
Nice hand.
Nice hand indeed, sir. Sick river for Jan-Peter. The bet was 77,500. Vasily Versov has played this hand to perfection. And he's got max value. The pot's 303,000. He's just gone from short stack to chip leader. And in Omaha, anything's possible. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Jan-Peter adjusts now and gets out of this pickle that he's in. Got to stop bleeding chips. It was an easy fold on the turn. Can only buy yourself trouble. But he's still in. There's still 3 of them. And it's difficult when you're the only man given a bit of action. Thomas Bichon, surprised he hasn't put the needle in yet to get his own back on Jan Peter. Don't forget, there's a boxing gala, 12th of December, beginning 7 p.m. King's Casino. And when a hero takes it all, that's the song for the champion. Back at the action. Look at this. Chip lead has just moved from seat 2 to seat 3 to seat 6. He's got to readjust now. He knows Omaha inside out and back to front. He knows he can get a stack. And I'll tell you, one player, the one player that's going to have had the chip lead today, that is the player that I've seen use the chip lead, is Vasily. He's not afraid to put pressure, use those chips, make moves. It's time to attack. He's going for the ring to match the bracelet. And the baton to move to Jan-Peter Yachman. He's still got about 180,000. That's about 36 big blinds, so plenty. $3,000, $6,000 are our blinds. Action. Thomas Bichon. The baton should be raising. He's folded. Yeah. Oh no, he hasn't. He's limped. Yachman on the button. I apologise. Small blind makes it up. Thomas Bichon is a general checker from the blinds. 8-5-5-4. So we need to see a smallish flop for action. And that could do it. No one's got an ace. That's the problem. No. Gut shot really for Bichon with an 8. He doesn't know it, but he's way out in front. Now with the up and down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Yachman, they've checked to me twice. I'll take the pot, thank you. Don't know if you need to bet as much as that. You know, people could have picked up a lot more draws with that 6. 10,000 would. I think you're better off c-betting the flop. You know, it's been called by the man in form right now. Yachman is actually in front. He doesn't know it. Thomas Bichon folded, would have had the nuts. And 2 pair. And 2 pair. 6s and 3s. Jan-Peter Yachman, second to show. He can beat the 6 deuce. Only just 6-3, and he'll be feeling comfortable to win a little pot. Doesn't matter, it's just a little pot. It's something that he can boost his morale with and get back in the game. Still 3-handed. These players guaranteed 14,700. Once they get heads up, they'll be guaranteed 29,000 and playing for first prize of 44,000. This is our final table of event number 9, the €3,000 pot limit Omaha high roller event. Queens and 4s for Vasily, our chip leader, raising the button. Time to get to work. Apply some pressure. Bichon 10-8, 9-5, folding. A serial caller. Jan-Peter Yachman, ace queen 8x with spades. Off to the flop. What's it going to be? Deuce 7, 10. Queen's out in front from what we can see. Check, check. Turns a deuce. Queens are going to be happy. Queens are going to bet this. Yachman checks. This is an easy bet. When he hasn't, he's checked. Maybe he's setting a trap. Diamonds have come. Jan-Peter Yachman, I've noticed the glasses are on. Business is serious now. Can you represent here? You haven't bet the flop. He's checked the turn. You would maybe stick a small bet in with a flush here. Don't go crazy. 20,000's plenty. 15 might get called. Yeah, 15 was too small. We don't know what he's got. Ace deuce. Look at this. Jan-Peter Yachman had a deuce. And we thought he was bluffing. And he gets it. And he'll be feeling good now. That's 2 pots in a row. They're only small, but every pot counts. And here we go. On to the next. Oh, excuse me. Ace, Jack, 4-3, 1 suit. Thomas Bichon raising it, 12,000 on the button. Look at this, Jan-Peter Yachman, dry aces, ace, 10-9. Good hand, 3 bet, 100% coming in. 40, whoa, he's slow playing aces here. I don't like that, because you're going to get a call now from the big blind. We can see he's got ace, 6-8 deuce, no suit really. But you don't want to be playing a 3-way pot. Truly you don't. If you're watching at home, even if you min raise, isolate the field. There's no aces in the deck. Queen, queen, 8. Ace is way out in front. He's checking to induce action. Thomas Bichon, he needs to start accelerating if he wants to get some chips back. His image is tight. Unfortunately here, Jan-Peter Yachman, who's been needling him for the last half an hour, maybe a couple of hours, is going to have the better of him. But Jan-Peter won't step out of line here. You won't see him raise. Thomas Bichon has an image tighter than the rock himself. And he's c-bet the button. It looks like 21,000. Well, it's 18,000. And here comes the call. There's zero reason to raise this. Just a call. And Vasily out the way. Turn card. We know what we want to see. We want to see hearts for action. It's a jack. It's going to make Bichon feel a bit more comfortable that he's got something. But a straight now for Yachman to go with his aces. It's going to go check, check. Bichon's done. He's absolutely done in this hand. When he bets and gets called, he switches off. He had a cheap stab. We needed a heart to come on the turn. Thomas Bichon, 400,000 chips. Just over $1 million in play. They've got history, these guys. Problem is, if you make a bet here, it's got to be a hefty bet. And we'll see what Jan-Peter's made of. I can't imagine he's going to fold. And I'll tell you what, if Thomas Bichon can find the trigger here for 50,000, oh, he's done it. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's bet 36, half pot. I will stand up, take a bow and a round of applause if he can 3-barrel this one on the river. Because I'm telling you, a 3-barrel bluff gets through here 100% of the time. Called by Yachman with a straight. Of course he's looking for the ace. We know there's none left in the deck. Now the action will be on Yachman, who's going to check the river. A jack would be beautiful here. A jack would have just been amazing on the river for some action. He's checking. Now Thomas Bichon can't beat anything except a bluff. There's 144,000 in the middle. He can't bet 50,000. He can't bet 30,000. He can't even bet 80,000. If he fires here and he fires pot, I'm telling you, we're going to be here for 10 minutes. 10 minutes before Jan-Peter Yachman makes his decision. Thomas Bichon could use his image here and show the bluff, and that could tilt the German. That's what you've got to take into consideration. I'm funking for you. I like Jan-Peter. I want him to win. but I'm funking for the 3-barrel. There's nothing better than seeing a rock 3-barrel into a loose, aggressive player. We know he's got the straight. He's got the bare ace of diamonds. So he can't be bluffing with a flush. It can't be a semi-bluff. He's doing it. He's pulling the trigger. 110,000. No matter what happens here, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to respect Thomas Bichon for the moves and the courage here. And look, the glasses are off. He can't be semi-bluffing. Jan-Peter Jachman's got the ace of diamonds. He's got the nut straight. He's got 2 blockers for the nut straight. So this is a complete bluff, or it's a full house. Bichon raised pre-flop. He's bet flop. He's bet turn. He's bet river. Jan-Peter is bluff catching here with a straight. And Thomas Bichon, I want him to show this one at the end, because he's not getting called. No way is Jan-Peter Jachman paying Thomas Bichon off here. He half bet the flop, half bet the turn, and he's 3/4 potted, or 2/3 pot the river. What do you think at home, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. You've got time, I promise you. First of all, we're going to have the chip count. Here we go. Count my stack. How many have I got? If I call, what have I got left? Then we're going to play the hand back in our head. Then we're going to look at Thomas. We're going to have a talk to Thomas. Thomas isn't going to reply. Okay, I've just had a side bet that he's calling. I'm not sure if he's seen the action, but I'll take the chip. Thank you very much. I can't imagine he's calling. He's never calling. I'll take that. 100% that you don't know the answer? Okay. I got a pony riding on it, ladies and gentlemen. 25 euros even money. I should be giving odds. The man folded aces on a deuce board. There's no way he's calling with a straight, with a flush on a paired board when he's got the ace of diamonds himself. I'm telling you, this is the best poker hand we've had all day. Someone else, Pod's telling me he'll call. I'll take, you want a bet? Another bet? Going once, going twice. Here is a fold! Jan-Peter Jachman, different gravy. Thomas Bichon, different class. Thomas, it's time to turn him over. It's time to turn him over. You've got to show in this spot because you don't bluff regularly enough. This is a hand to turn over, to tilt your opponent.
With him, big pot, all in.
Which one?
Easiest 25 euros I've ever made. Jan-Peter Jachman feels sick. I cannot believe Thomas Bichon did not show this to tilt Jan-Peter up.
No, I fold. I know this pocket king.
Oh, you know now? Thank you. So it was really the super.
Well, that is a solid fold. Well, this just shows you. I mean, the guys in the chat box are talking about Jan-Peter like he's a big whale. Like, and I explained to you, he's a world-class player. He understands the game.
I have the feeling he was strong, but not so strong.
He knows the game. He understands the game. He knows the players. He's no fool. He's happy to have a gamble with you, yes. And look at this. He's only gone and flopped a straight Bichon next hand. And he's getting fired into. We're talking about the last hand still, so we're going to leave that on for a bit.
I don't have any redraws, so.
Trance, I'm with you. He has to show there. You know, if you're an action player and you're bluffing a lot, okay, I understand not showing. But if you're an action player and bluffing a lot, you might get called there. With Thomas's image and being free-handed, and Jan-Peter Jachman was chip leader not too long ago, he's made some solid folds to stay in this game. I would definitely show that. I tell you, he would have had to stand up. He would have stood up. He'd have said nice bet. He'd have congratulated him. He'd have respected the play. But he'd have walked away from the table for a second, and that's when you know you've got them. I could have made another 25 telling him he'd have folded the aces. When you're as good as me, I can make bets all day long. You've sat here for 7 hours watching players. You're inside their heads. We know what they're going to do before they even do it. Well, Jan-Peter Jachman won't want to know the result of that hand till the end. Some players, they like to look in half an hour. What did he have? What's the point in finding out now? It's not going to change anything about the game. It's only going to tilt you.
How you know? Do you have any?
No, I see. Yeah,
Oh,
very good
you have a
eyes.
good eye. Can you see?
Pocket king, pocket 4, yeah?
Can you see the cards here?
If mark, yeah.
12.
Here we go. The button. Raisy Daisy. Thomas Bichon. Ace Queen 7-6.
Always queen. This is queen stuff.
These queens are the bane of his life tonight from Thomas Bichon. Defended with 3-4 deuce 8. He's taken the front. He doesn't know it. He's up and down with a pair. Check, bet, call, I'm pretty sure. Could be a check, bet, raise. Nope, it's just a check, bet, call. We're going to see the turn.
You put about 300.
Asking how much he's got behind. And the 7. I was praying for an ace there. Well, one pair. Gut shot now for Bichon. 65%. He doesn't have clubs. I don't know how he's in front. Oh, he can hit. That's why he can hit a king, a 5, a 6. Can't hit the 6. A queen or an ace. It's a lot of cards, but I don't think he's going to barrel this time. Oh yeah, these odds must be wrong. Has been checked, and look at this. This is the ace. This is going to get Vasily paid off. Cheeky bet. He's going to lead out for 50,000. Don't worry about that. He doesn't mess about with his bet sizes. Yeah, there's 40. Get some more. Go on, my man. Load them up. Ba-boom. 43,000 is going to get called. Thomas Bichon. And there is Brando. Marlon Brando. He's the man who runs the restaurant. Restaurante. In German. I think Thomas Bichon's going to call this one. You might think he's good with ace-7. His opponent could have ace-3, ace-5. Could have had the ace of clubs in his hand.
How much?
I think it's getting called. 36,000.
Actually, missing my hand pre-flop, but it doesn't really matter now.
Yeah. Well, 36k. Just one of those you've got to put it in and cry. It's got a call. You're three-handed. I think there's been about 3 check raises at this final table so far. 3. That shows you they want pot control. While they've got the big chip counts and the deep structure, keeping pot control in Omaha is key if you want to survive. If you're prepared to grind and play a tournament structure, you've got to grind. Thomas Bichon taking his time, as always. But this one's a call. Where's my man gone? I'll give him a chance to win his 25 euros back. Should leave him in the box. If we leave him in the box, I could make a few grand. 25 euros a time. Christopher, where are you? I think it's taking a bit too long over every decision, if you ask me. But he's just going to pay it. It's just a hand of poker. Certain scenarios happen. Sometimes you've got to pay it with the worst of it. That's poker.
That's a really nice card to bluff for you.
Yes, correct. Exactly more reason why you need to call.
To get called.
Correct. Both is correct. It's 50-50 basically.
Always a bit. Everybody has it on this table. 12 hours. No bluff so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of situations people go, I think I'm beat, and they still call. But this, I don't think that's one of those situations. This is a good bluff card. It's not like he's just got one pair and he's got ace-queen and he's looking to call. He's got first and third pair. Clubs have missed. Yeah, the 4-deuce and the 4-6 have got there. Wow. Wow.
So another fold, eh?
If Thomas Bichon is heads up, we're going to be here till Friday.
If you bluff, nice pair.
He's holding on to his chips for dear life.
But because you have better highs than
He's
me,
read the
you
Art
know
of War.
Before me. Maybe you know already, actually.
Christoph would have made his money back because I'd have paid him off there. I said he was calling.
Why you never bluff me? Because you like me?
Everyone's a bluffer,
One time I
baby.
bluff, you call. Just pay.
Well,
You say bluff.
Paul Zimbler, 7 hours in, is just getting warmed up.
What's your first name?
Vasily.
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 Yes.
Okay, good man
Thomas.
from Belarus.
Thomas?
Yes.
Jan Peter Yachman, ace 10 double 9. One suit is going to raise for sure. Please don't stop limping. Stop the limps. King Queen 8 6 calls it. Big blind going to check. And we could turn the screen off and write the script. Anyway, ace jack 10 5 suited. He might get a raise here from Bichon actually. Three-handed, you've got to be pumping this one up.
A bit of gas on this game.
That's right, get some gas in the game, put the
Nobody wants it, right?
foot to the pedal to the metal. I've done that one wrong. Jan Peter Yachman is not folding ace 10 9 9.
Ridiculous pair is worse.
Let me assure you. Vasily not folding king queen 8 6. Three-way raised pot. Finally we got some action. Now we've got to find a dream flop. 9 10 jack. That's the dream flop. 8 9 10 will do the trick. 10 9 8. It's going to be hard, but we're going to funk for it. Oh. Well, it's not so great. King 10 6. Top and bottom for Vasily. One pair. Yachman. Bichon, the pre-flop aggressor, has got a gut shot and one pair, and backdoor nut flush draw in diamonds. Surely take a stab. 35,000. Well, I think he said 45. He did. I've just heard it in my ear from the dealer, and we know that's getting called. Snap! No need to raise here with two pair, because if your opponent there's got queen jack ace in his hand and a wrap, it's all going in. This way we can see a turn, and two pair can apply pressure if it's a brick. Here we go. We are off to the turn. And that's what they call a brick in the trade. Well, I think I might have led out there if I was Vasily, because you're not going to get a bet from Bichon there with a draw, because the pot's quite big already, wants to keep control, and might assume he's going to get called. But we've seen him three-barrel today. I took my hat off to the fella. Jan Peter Yachman did nothing wrong in that pot. He had... the nut straight, but it was the right fold. Thomas was saying when he raised it up, let's put... Who knows what he's going to do now? He's checked. And this is why I bet the turn with two pair. And the river is a jack. And all the wraps get there. It's going to happen.
Check.
Vasily Fersov. Another pot.
That's better.
This year is better.
I don't fold so.
You don't fold?
If you bet turn, I will.
I think it's the right move, huh? You block.
Here comes Teresa.
Whenever you fold, maybe?
Checking what's happening. Never folding. Never giving free information.
I have so many backdoor every time, but it's coming the wrong card. I don't like the heart again. It's coming a diamond, so I definitely pot it, and then good luck to you.
If my auntie had balls, she'd be me uncle. That's the scenario. If it comes a diamond, he's betting it came a heart.
You have close
Excuse
to
me if that
500
was a
now?
bit rude. But meanwhile, I want to see... I'll tell you, I'm going to give another prize. Today we're going to give a nice prize to the best joke in the commentary chat box. If you got a good joke, try for it not to be too long. Stick it in the chat box. I fancy a laugh. I need a laugh. Yeah, dirty, clean. Not too dirty, obviously. Keep it clean. 400,000 nearly for our man here. I think the graphics were wrong on the screen. 400 and something thousand there. And about 200,000 for Yachman, bit less. Jack 955. The button should be raising into him every single time. Apply pressure to the short stack. Min raise, bet flop. Min raise, bet flop. Min raise, bet. You do this in Hold'em, why they don't do it in Omaha. First joke just came in. Knock knock. No, this is the joke. I got the best knock knock joke for you in the world. You start me off. Who's there? Exactly. Confused.com. 100% for Vasily. 3 in a row. The hat trick's on. He doesn't know it. I'm pretty sure he knows it now. He's not going to bother he's not going to bother value betting. Yachman shows the 5s. Is that it, he asks? Yes, he says. He's not going to lie. Now, I haven't seen a joke on the screen yet, so I'm hoping you're all busy typing. Got to keep me amused.
Easy game. This tournament you don't
So if you're
have.
just new watching at home, remember, pot limit Omaha, you must use 2 cards from your hand, 3 from the board.
You don't have
So if somebody just had the ace of clubs there, they don't have a flush, or in Vasily's case, he had the jack of clubs, it's not a flush. You have to use 2 from your hand, 3 from the board. And there you see our main event. It's coming up, day 1B, day 2, and our final will be televised. Live streaming, twitch.tv/Poker Room Kings. High roller action tomorrow night from 6:30, €25,000 buy-in, $500,000 guaranteed.
I had 2 times from Sergio and I, yes, in 200 games. I can't remember.
So you're here because you're the best.
Maybe more.
12,000 euros from Bichon on the button. That's what I'm talking about. Min raise. Let's get this game going. Jan-Peter Yachman, ace, queen, 10, 5. Clubs, queen, 5. Now we're talking. Raisey Daisy. He's raised it up. 12 times 3 is 36 plus 6. It's 42 total. Fold from the big blind. Thomas Bichon to call. 30,000 more. I like this aggression now from Jan-Peter. We needed to see it a bit earlier. It's time it happened. Our chip leader started the day. Final table. Vasily Versov is now chip leader again. He wants these 2 to collide. He wants it heads up. It's okay. I'm sure you've got better in the bank. There we go. Action. Action on Bichon. Really about. It makes sense for a call. He's got the stack. Jan-Peter's the short stack. At least if he hits, he can put some pressure on.
Let's see the flop.
We're going to take away the 500 during the break, so he's going to buy the 500 off you.
100 chips going out of play.
4.
Need some fresh air. This box isn't the biggest box in the world.
Yeah, that is one.
It's better than the ones the Germans got next door. It's about a third of the size.
I've already done some tricks in my bag.
2 months ago. It's a pretty hardcore commentary area. Buying up the 500 chips from everybody. Reese's life easier. And now we've got a game. Jan-Peter Yachman on the button, doing what he should be doing, raising it up. He's got a hand to go with it. Jack 10, 10, king, double suited. folded from the small blind, folding from the big blind. I can't imagine. Thomas Bichon, what's happened? Someone must have slipped something in his drink because he's peeling with Queen 9, 6, 7. And he just folded. Oh, look at this first card in the window. Here's a 10. He's flopped a set and a gut shot. There's a flush draw there. Jan Peter Jachman going to bet this when it gets to him. Pot bet. Let's go. It's 40,000 in there. 23,000. We can see. That's good enough. Thomas Bichon mucking his hand in disgust.
How about this one though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do chip race.
Put the card.
And lost a war with. You can win a war with one soldier. More.
8, 7, 5.
One soldier or less in your opponent.
Raised it up. That's what I'm talking about. Bichon folding a suited ace hand. Three-handed. Ace deuce 3, 7 now for the big blind. He's going to give this one up. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Two blondes walked into a building. You think one of them would notice? Boom. Thomas Bichon raised the button. 10-8 for X. That's what I'm talking about. Button raises coming into play finally. It's only taken 8 hours and it's defended by Ace King Jack 6 Rainbow. Heads up. Queen 8 Deuce. Thomas Bichon with the best of it. And we can only see 3 of his cards. The 7 on the turn is no improvement for Visali. He's going to check. Bichon should be betting this. 15,000. Well, he's checked. He's let his opponent catch up for free, which is never recommended in my opinion. But he's hit an 8. He'll be happy with that.
Have a good break.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are on a short break.
Or
It's mine, huh? Next time.
It could be 15 minutes.
Again.
Minimum 15 minutes. I'll let you guys amuse yourselves with chat in the commentary box.
let's do a quick chip race.
And I will see you guys in 15.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I'll do it when he comes back. Oh yeah, the chip counts.
12.12. Kings Casino Rozvadov. Ich bin bereit. Zwölfter, Kings Casino Rozvadov. Ich bin bereit. 12.12. Kings Casino Rozvadov. Ich bin bereit. Zwölfter, 12. Kings Casino Rozvadov. Ich bin bereit. 12.12. Kings Casino Rozvadov. Ich bin bereit.
We're back with the action at the King's Casino. I've had some fuel, some chicken, some pork, some pasta, and a quick drink. And we are three ways. King 7-5. No one put any more jokes in the chat box for me. I'm very upset about this situation. I need a good laugh. Just had the cappuccino delivered. Keep me going for the next 5 hours. Three-handed, don't forget. 42 of you left. We've had about 44 entries so far. Quite a few of them have already exhausted the time. We are running a competition. At what time will we be finished? When will our champion be crowned? Signed, Patrick Antonius. Patrick Antonius, WSOP King's Casino goodies to give away. Okay, Thomas Bichon, the underdog in his hand. He's having a stab. $27. Oh, he was only 22 in the middle. What's going on? Yeah, 22 is the bet. It's been called the river. It's paired to 10. Look at this. Vasily was in front before. He's in front again. He had a flush draw. He had a pair. He had a gut shot. No, he didn't. He didn't have the gut shot. I'd love to see him check. He's checked. I tell you, Thomas Bichon cannot win this unless he bets. He's got to assume his opponent had a draw. Oh, he's given up. He's just given up. And he'll see the good news that he didn't have a fire here. And Vasily Versov, he's getting closer to adding a ring to his bracelet for the World Series of Poker collection. We are running into the 10th hour.
For the break, and she's not coming. But
We started today at 6:30. We are 8.5 hours in. If only there was overtime. And look at the chip accumulation now. 493,000. That chip count can't be right. It looks a bit more like nearly, yeah, 480 looks about right. 20, 40, 60, 81, 40, 155, 160 probably for Yachman. 160 and 5 is 660. Leaves about $500,000 for Thomas Bichon. It's a French, a German, and a Belarus man. There's a joke for you right now. There's a German, a Frenchman, and a man from Belarus at the poker table. We got a joke. Okay, well, we'll have a little laugh at that one. Must have taken you ages to write. You deserve some credit for it. Thanks for the appreciation and the joke. 2 pair now for Yachman. Sweet FA, they call it. It's a full house. He fills up. Check again. Don't bet. Do not bet. If your opponent had anything, he would have bet the flop. A bet and a fold. A bet and a fold. A bet and a fold. Button on Yachman. Blinds are up, and we're getting back in the box the one and only Arvin Ravindran, 7th place finisher here at the final table. Went out to play the monster stack. Told us earlier that he blew his stack in the first 3 hands, reloaded, and he himself told you he was going to give away 1% of your tournament earnings, and all you had to do was guess how many chips he was going to have at the end of day 1. We're going to get the answer right now.
Guys, I have got 91,000 chips. Who gets it?
91,000 chips. The winner, Paul Zimbler. 91,000. Bang on the nose. It's like I'm psychic.
But don't forget, guys, 1% of 0 is still 0.
No, you're going to win money. I've got a feeling. Alim is in the building from the UK. He's just arrived today, straight into the monster stack. Finishes the day chip leader. So good luck for him tomorrow. We are live. We're a 30-minute slight delay. And we're going to ask all of these guests in the box for their best joke. We're going to give them a couple of minutes to think about it for a minute. No one likes to be put under pressure when they're asked to tell a joke. Action. It's been raised. The blinds now are 4 and 8. The button flatted the 8,000. First mistake. The small blind raises. Yachman should be raising the button, not limp calling. Short stack, stop limp calling. Well, he has called. King 8, 7, 6. And this is a key pot now for Peter Yachman. Clubs would get him a double up. We can see it. 10, King 3 could get him in some trouble. This is the problem with playing 6, 7, 8 King. The dangler King. You've hit your pair. You've got 3 undercards to the 10. as we saw earlier with Yanni Vilmunen, he hit his second pair and got into trouble, and we saw him the bubble boy in 5th place. Well, we know Vasily likes to bet his hands, and he does like to bet big. He's going to get a bet at least a 50,000. There it is, 50,000 into 72,000. Jan-Peter Jachmann has got to fold, or we're going to be heads up. Of course he's found the fold button. He folded aces on a deuce, deuce, deuce board. He folded the nut straight when he was getting bluffed at, but it was the right fold both times, even though we know he was correct folding the aces and wrong folding the other hand. Uh-oh, Jan-Peter, what are you doing? Turn needs to be a club. It's a 9. Oh, he's got the bottom rat now. This is an interesting card.
Guys, I'll have you know that he has actually got a nuclear wrap now.
This nuclear wrap business is 10 jack. The 8-7-6, not nuclear. There's no jack in his hand. Ace on the river. Jan-Peter could steal this, but I don't fancy him having a stab. I'd love to see it if it's checked to him. I'm pretty sure it will be checked. Jan-Peter's got one move and one move only, and he's not going to do it. He's not going out like a lion. You've just put half your stack in. Look at this. He's going to see the bad news and what bad shape he was in.
Mad about the ace about ace king.
Jan-Peter on the turn. He was going to get called on the turn, I'm sure. The river. But if that turn was the 8 of clubs, let me tell you, the money was going in. So, we've given him enough time. We're going to ask the first one for their best joke. Which one? Which man's stepping up to the mic? No. He told me the best joke was me. I'm the joke. Somebody asking the nuclear rat. It's a wrap. The nuclear wrap. So if the board reads 5, let's say the board reads 7, 6 deuce. If you've got 8, 9, 10, 5 in your hand, you have what's known as a full wrap. They call it a nuclear wrap. You can hit any card from the 4 upwards to complete your straight. This is why we like to use 4 working cards in Omaha. No good having danglers. A dangler is, for example, 10, 10, 9 deuce. Your deuce is the dangler. Bichon, small blind, walkies. And I'll tell you what, he's upset with himself. You can see it in his demeanour, in his aura, in his persona. Jan-Peter Jachmann, 10 big blinds. Looks like he's short stacked, but I promise you one thing, 10 blinds goes to 30, 30 goes to 60 in 2 hands, and all of a sudden he's back in the game. 2 hands he can be chip leader. Never give up on a good thing. Button, fold. Rock, fold. Jan-Peter Jachmann, small blind against the chip leader. Ace, king, queen, deuce, double suited. Raise the pot. 24,000. If you limp here, I'm coming to get you at the table. Okay, lucky you. I would have come straight out. 24,000. Basically, one move now. It's an all-in. Ace, queen, jack, 4 with clubs. I mean, Jan-Peter's only got 60,000 left. I wouldn't be surprised to see him put him all in. Wouldn't be surprised to see him call. Both are correct. Okay. Jan-Peter Jachmann in great shape to double up here. He just needs to find a queen on the flop or an ace to get it. 8-4-3, and unfortunately he's gone behind. That's poker, and he's going to move in. Now it's just bottom pair, but if he thinks he's against aces, he won't like the ace in his hand, and we could see a fold here. Nothing wrong with folding ace, queen, jack, 4 here. Nothing wrong with calling. Both are correct. In the strategy of the format of tournaments, you're sitting there with 600,000. The bet's 48,000. I mean, the man's got about a bowl of rice left, 2 bigs behind. So, if you think you're against aces or kings, you're probably in a flip. But you could just fold. You do not want to double the short stack up. There's no need for it. And I accept that fold completely. Preserve your chips. You didn't flop any draws. You've got bottom pair. And if he does have aces, you're not going to like the ace in your hand. Gives you less outs. And Jan-Peter Jachmann will breathe a sigh of relief. Now it's time for him to start raising the button. It's the biggest rock in the big blind. Thomas Bichon, who impressed us with his 3-barrel bluff. Best hand of the day, if you ask me. And again, a limp from Yachman on the button with an ace 9 6 3 3 clubs. Called with a 4 5 5 7 and hearts. And Thomas Bichon in the blind, queens 8 6 double suited. And he's potting it 24k more, 24 and 8, 32 total. And now on Yachman, and this is why you should be min-raising the button, because you're avoiding limp calling. A pot-sized bet, you can keep control by a min-raise because it would not have got repotted. And now you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and you've just done 8k in cold blood when you could have taken control of this pot. But he'll be happy. He wants the 2 chip leaders to collide, but he wants to double up more. Too many things to think about, too much to say. Not enough time to do it. Reverse the order, as Willy Wonka says. Queen 5 board, any chance? Soy! Chip leader goes further in front. The king will slow Bichon down, but he's checked, as he likes to do to the pre-flop aggressor, who's got the image of a rock, who I'm sure is going to have a stab at this. 72 in the middle, 35 is his usual c-bet in this scenario. But again, he's taking his time. Well, 36,000, it's close enough. Jokes coming in, thanks very much. 3 on the turn. Gut shot to go with the set. Flush draw picked up by Bichon. Vasily checked here. Well, we've seen Bichon step up a gear and barrel the turn with the draw, but I think he's just going to check behind once he got called, because he'll assume his opponent may have a king, if not maybe 6-7 kind of hand. He's got a draw to the second nuts. I'm pretty sure he's going to check this. It is against the chip leader. He's asking the dealer how much in the pot. It is pot limit. She is allowed to tell him. He got told 144,000. Not like No Limit Omaha, Hold'em, No Limit Hold'em, where the dealer has to spread the pot and you have to work it out yourself. And then we can hear the voice there of our tournament director on the mega stack, announcing the last level of the night. Meanwhile, back at our featured table, 34 players, 3 remain, one of them to be crowned champion. The river, it's paired the 8. Thomas Bichon has hit the 8, and it's going to be a big pot between these 2 big stacks. The only question Vasily Versov is asking himself is, do I lead out? Am I going to get paid? Or do I go for the check call option? Both are right in the way the hand's been played. The scratch of the head is his normal scenario when he's got something. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be about 100k. Well, 101 Dalmatians. And this is getting called. This is getting called. You think I don't know what they're doing? I know what they're doing before they're doing it. That's what happens when you watch someone play for 7 hours. You're inside their head. You know the moves. I'll tell you what, you want to get me on this table, it'll be game over in 10 minutes for me. No. Wow, there's the call. And look at this, Vasily Versov taken this lead, taken this chip lead by storm. He had a quick dip in the middle, but he's back and he's under attack. And he's going to put these players under pressure. Thomas Bichon is not looking amused. Could be the French accent, could be the French face. 101,000 coming out of his stack, and he's down there now with about 25 bigs. Well, Thomas Bichon was the only player able to stop the remaining 2 other players adding a ring to their bracelet collection. And it's all going downhill. Somebody told me in the chat box earlier not to write this player off. And look at him now, 728,000 chips. And I promise you one thing, he'll be putting these to good use right about now. We've got a chance of this thing being over within a couple of hours, so don't forget, tweet me, @PaulZimbler, what time you think this will be finished. Lots of goodies to give away. And still, we've got the best joke competition, and so far, I haven't got the best one yet. I'll give you a taster of what my kind of level of sickness is. And please excuse me if somebody disagrees with this, but a blind man walks into the shop, puts his stick in the air and waves it round in circles. Shop assistant comes up to him and says, "Can I help you, sir?" He says, "No thanks, just looking around." That's a bit of me, that one. So now you know where we stand. You know where the boundaries are. Okay, we got a question. Somebody asking why okay, interesting question here from a man in the chat box. Why is 5 over 8s better than 8s over queens? The answer is it's not. But what you saw on the screen was a paired board of 8s, and the man had an 8 and 2 queens in his hand. Pot limit Omaha, no limit Omaha, whichever kind of Omaha you fancy playing, you have the board. So 2 from your hand, 3 from the board. So if there was, for example, 4 spades on the board, I have a flush. If there was 2 spades on the board and you had 3 spades in your hand, you do not have a flush. If the board and you just had an ace in your hand, you do not have a full house. So in this scenario, the opponent just had 3 8s with a queen. Pot, biggest pot we've had, 5s over 8s. I hope that helps. Hope that answers your questions. Any more questions, you just put them in the box. I'll accommodate as much as I can.
Let's do a fish. I think now we are done for the day. Well done, everybody. Now we're going to do a color up, right? We color up first, then we're going to bag up. Everybody, quickly, let's get the color up. Then we'll get some bags in there. We'll get you out of here. We're coming back tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Oh, Jan-Peter Jachmann. Raise the pot, ace, ace, queen 5 with hearts, jack 10, 8, 4, 1 suit. 16,000 to call. He might be calling just to try and annihilate the short stack. This is what the power of the big stack can do. He'll take a stab, see a flop. Hope that he can annihilate him. We're seeing a flop. It's a 5, a 3 and a 7. Jan-Peter Jachmann's betting the flop. And we've seen Vasilu's got none of this. Bit of a gut shot, backdoor diamonds, nothing much. I don't think he's going to call. 48,000. It's exactly a pot bet. He's giving it up. And Jan-Peter Jachmann will love that. Take it down uncontested, no sweat. Okay, we are three-handed, but you can see our chip leader, Vasily Versov, not afraid to gamble. He wants to put an end to this. He wants the ring. He wants his national anthem blaring out tomorrow, 9 p.m. for the ceremony, where we'll be awarding 2 ring winners. forget the last of the action, the Super High Roller tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. we're streaming. Then we're going to have the main event for you, Saturday, Sunday and Monday the final. 1.5 million in guarantees over the next 2 events we'll be streaming. Action on the button. The man from Belarus, Ace 8-5 deuce. This is a raise on the button. He's folded. Bichon, King Queen 7-4 with hearts. Surely into a short stack is a raise. But oh no, limp a bimp. And Jan Peter Yachman with sole rights, the Poker Patrol, to take this pot. Free coffee. It is free, except when they come in, the gorgeous waitresses, you've got to leave a tip. They're very good. They come in regularly. They make sure I've got drinks. They keep me replenished. Water, juice and coffee. Well, Bichon wants to bet this now with air when he may as well have just raised it pre-flop. Jan Peter Yachman, we can see with the gut shot. Bing! That's what we call it ourselves back home in London. And Thomas Bichon, it says 100% on the screen, but that's because we can't see the other card of Jan Peter Yachman. Surely is a check now from Jan Peter. Surely. Oh no, it's been checked to him, sorry. No, it hasn't. I'm very sorry. I'm getting it all wrong right now. The action is on Thomas Bichon. Bet this flop. Don't really understand. He's turned a flush draw with a pair. We've seen him check in this spot very often. And there's another check. This is the bet now. Pot. Get this done with. Don't. No. Jan Peter. You don't give free cards like this. Let your man pay for the draws, because they're not going to pay for draws on a river. I know you're trying to induce a bluff, but you're a short stack. You're not in a position to mess around. You need the stack. You need the chips in the middle. Thomas Bichon, I don't think silly enough to bet this. Jan Peter's going to bet now. What's he going to get called by? I mean, come on. What are you getting called by? These are the chips you're missing on the turn. You're a world-class champion in my eyes, but you missed the bet. My guess when we started this at 7:30, but we were going to get done by 5:30. I'm looking like the closest. It's 3:15 now. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Thomas Bichon folds button. Jan Peter Yachman kings with one suit, raising it up. 24,000 to play. No. No! I know it's the chip leader and you know he's defending a lot, but you've seen him defend and then just fold on a flop. He should be raising this now. Ace Queen 10-3 double suited. Okay, he's got what he asked for. He's limped for a reason. Excuse me, limped for a reason because the chip leader has bet pot. It's re-raised pot. And this is a scenario where, as the chip leader, you've got to see all 5 cards. Just put it in now. 72,000, 48 to call. He's announced all in, quite rightly. No, he announced all in. Correct. Not if she says, it's what he said. Anyway, it's a call, it's an all in and a call. This pot 288,000 on their backs. Jan Peter Yachman looking to get back in this. If he wins this pot, he'll have roughly average chips. He's got kings with a queen and a 7. He's got diamonds. Diamonds are crushed. He's got to fade an ace. He's got to dodge hearts. He's got to dodge diamonds. He's got to dodge the low wheel and Broadway. 7 is a good start. 7-4-4. What a great flop. Only an ace now will kill him. 3 of them left in the deck. 6 on the turn. 3 outs for Yachman to be out the door. And it's a 5. And Peter Yachman is back in the game. And as you can see, he doesn't have a straight. We were talking about that earlier. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, not a straight, because you must use 2 cards from your hand to make a 5-card poker hand. And I'm happy for Jan Peter myself.
136,000.
Jan Peter Jachman, if you go to thehendermob.com, he won the 10,000 pot limit Omaha event a couple of years ago.
Неубиваемый. You lucky immortal. Yeah. 5 all in, don't lose.
And look at this, Jan Peter Jachman. And that was not even a dent in our chip leader stack, who's still got well over half the chips in play after losing that.
Yeah,
Thomas Bichon has been our chip leader near enough from the start of this final table when he's been given chip after chip from so many of these players. But it's all falling apart for him. He's on the downward spiral. Jan Peter has survived. Jan Peter has he's got 9 lives. He's made folds that no one else would fold. He's made calls that other people wouldn't call and lost chips. But he's still here. He's still fighting. He's battling. He's been up and down. This has been a roller coaster day for the man. And I'll be honest, all 3 of these players are worthy champions. 8876. Bichon should be raising from this big blind after a limp from the small blind. Jack 10-4. First to bet wins. Thomas Bichon's not betting. I don't know why he's wasting any time. 8 on the turn. Thomas Bichon turns a set. Flush draw for Visali. Bets. I can't imagine a raise is coming in. No real value to raise this. If you raise here, you can be in a lot of trouble yourself. It is just a call. You can keep pot control and afford to call a bet on the river this way. You can also see the river, reassess. 10 or jack of diamonds is 6 and a 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 improves Thomas Bichon's hand to the second nuts. Well, third nuts, sorry. But he'll be a lot happier with that. And I'm sure he's going to stick a value bet in, but we've seen him check this a lot. But I would bet 20,000. Don't know what you're going to get to call you. Yeah, there's a reason for. I guess you could check. Well, he didn't announce his bet, so that is actually a string bet. Let's see what his opponent says about the situation. He said nothing. Jan Peter Jachman, if he was in the hand, he'd have something to say. Well, he did bet 22,000. It's a good value bet. It didn't get paid off. And Jan Peter Jachman has had an emotional roller coaster tonight. As and when and if he's crowned champion or even runner-up, he will reflect back on the 2 big pots tonight, the aces, and also the hand that Thomas Bichon 3-barrel bluffed him. Played it perfectly, both played it well. It was a very good hand of poker to watch. Button, you see how you use your chips? Raise. This is how we play poker short-handed. Queen Jack 10-4. Not the best hand in a full ring game. But Thomas Bichon with 8876. Deja vu. Definitely be defending this. In a cash game, might be raising, but it's a tournament. Yep, it's 1 hour clock. Look at this, Jan Peter Jachman, ace queen, double 3. Not really a good squeeze spot, not necessary. You can definitely peel. You should not be raising. There it is. It's a peel. Okay, here we go. 3, 8, 9, 2 hearts. That's the board we're looking for. To get this over with. King, Jack, 8. Set of 8s for Bichon. Again, bottom set. Queen 10, the up and down straight draw with a pair for Visali. Gut shot 10 for Yachman, can get out the way. Action on the small blind. I'd like to see him lead out here. If there's been a raise and 2 callers, this is a great flop to bet a set. You might have to get it all in against a wrap or an up and down and a pair, but 3-handed, short stacked, you've got to be prepared for that to happen. You've got a set. Thomas Bichon. You don't really want to check raise and give your opponent, and then pot committed. Well, he's bet the pot. There we go. 1,000. He's going to step out. We're going to get a call. 1 call. Thomas Bichon. 1,000 bucks. Re-raised. He's put the pressure on. He wants to see both cards. He wants to see what his opponent's got. It's all in and a call. Thomas Bichon, the man at risk. 69% favourite. He's got to dodge an ace. He's got to dodge a 9. He's got to dodge a running hearts. A jack on the turn would give more outs. It's a 9. He needs the board to pair. It's on the river. It's given chip after chip from the early doors. He's going to be leaving us 14,700 euros richer, and we are heads up for the title. And both of these men have World Series of Poker bracelets. They're both looking to add a ring to the collection. Pretty sure we're going to have a couple of minute break. They'll do a little chip count, but a monster chip leader. Vasily Versov started the final table chip leader. Our man from Belarus is heads up. He's chip leader. But Jan-Peter Yachman's got something to say.
I will move over here.
Jan-Peter Yachman heads up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 700 versus 300.
3K6, not 10K, you know.
Yeah. You win 10K, yeah? This tournament 3K. Sorry.
I want to move a little more here.
They could be talking business. I don't know. 29,400, 44,100. So they're playing for about 15 grand.
Есть уже кольцо? У меня тоже браслет. Я говорю, кольцо есть?
Okay, we got a chance. We got a chance of getting out of here because these two players are action players. 323 as we go heads up. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't deprive either of these guys of winning. They've both, in my opinion, played the best. Jan-Peter's been a bit spewy at times. He's made some fantastic plays, some fantastic folds. Vasily, the chip leader early on, was putting pressure on. He made a couple of weird calls, donked off a few chips, held tight, got it back, came back in front, kept the pressure on. They both deserve the win, but only one of them can take it.
Move from there to there, maybe with my cards.
260,000. Leaves about 800,000 for his opponent. A little bit less, 770 or something. Anyway, Yachman heads up from the small blind on the button, heads up. He's raised it up. There you go, 760,000. So it's a 3-1, 2-1 chip lead. But if Yachman doubles up once, they'll be level in chips. I got heads up in an Omaha tournament once. I had 1 million chips against 500,000. We were talking about a deal. He got a bit greedy, wanted 50 euros extra. I told him to sit his ass back down. There's no deal. 1 hand later, he's crying to me. I said, don't listen to your friends telling you I'm scared. I wasn't scared. I just wanted the title. That was the Irish Open, 2009. I didn't even want to play the tournament. The tournament director came up to me at the break and handed me a seat card that said table 1, seat 1. I said, what's this? He said, here, turn around. Somebody put me in. I didn't even know about it. And now the graphics have changed. It's a bit late in the day for me to start wondering what's happening. Okay, it's the right and the left, the heads-up format. Table 1, seat 1. It was a sign I was going to win it, and I did. Jan-Peter Yachman knows how to put pressure on. Vasily Versov, not afraid also to call and put pressure. Battle of the ego, battle of the balls. He who dares wins. Check, check. 3 on the river. Yachman, both players with the 3 here. Look at this. But Jan-Peter Yachman's got a jack. He's getting paid. This is brutal. I mean, we could have had all the money in here. Vasily's not going to raise. No value raising. He's got a 3 with an ace. There's a flush there. It's a paired board. He just has trips. But I'm sure he's calling. 26,000. I don't think he can pass. Oh my goodness gracious me. No. He's not raising. He's not raised. Back in the game. It's getting... You can't re-raise with 3... I mean, you're losing to 7s and jacks, but you don't need to take that risk heads up. It's 62 more to call. If you raise and you're wrong, you're second. If you raise, you're not getting called by a worse hand. So I'm pretty sure it's just a call. Maybe I'm too much of a nit. But I don't see the value in raising. 3 deuce won't call you if you re-raise here. 3-7 won't call you if you re-raise here. We're not in a 2-2 game outside with these... I don't want to say what I think they are. Pescaros. I don't know what he's thinking about here. He's probably thinking inside, should I raise, should I raise, should I raise? No, he knows not to raise. See, we're both world champions, we know. Just to call, the 3 ace. Jan-Peter Yachman will take 200,000, stick it in his 155, and feel very happy about that. It's not too much of a slow roll. He got the right to see his opponent's whole cards. He needs all the information he can get.
I have 3 jack full house. See?
Oh, I know who it was. It was my backer that brought me into the tournament. I already told him I didn't want to play after I'd busted the main. He offered to put me in. I said, no, thank you. I'd like to play cash, make a few thousand and go home. And he kept saying to me, Paul, play the tournament, play the tournament. I said, I really do not want to play another tournament. I'd been working with my life coach for... Off the drink. Tournament, but at the break, when the man came up to me and handed me table 1, seat 1, well, what more can you do? Yeah, my backer gave me the deal. Interesting story how that all happened. With my life coach, I had a few pictures with the Irish Open from Canning had won the year before. Put that on my vision board. Focusing and visualizing, and when I was out the main event I was truly gutted. Took a drink, I had posters up, thanks for my win, I am the winner. The cleaners must have thought I was mental, but when they came in on a Monday morning and saw the trophy and saw the check, it was only me with a smile on my face. Ace King 7 board, 2 hearts, both players with hearts, as Saul is pointing out to me, thankfully. Because I can see 4 aces right now. No, only kidding. Only kidding. I still have that trophy on my desk. I separated it from the rest of my trophies. I love it's got like one of those spinning coins in the middle of a glass ace. Beautiful trophy. Still like to win the main. And the straight now for Vasily. For me, the Irish Open, it was the premier event in Europe. It was. I actually used to say I'd rather win that than have just won a normal bracelet. Unfortunately, it seems to have gone downhill a bit over the years. But it's a great place to play. Irish guys are great. The cash action's good. Jan-Peter Yachman, 10-8-6 do. Can't blame the man for trying. Bets 40,000. Vasily is going to pump this up to 100k. Here it comes. Move them out the way. Move a stack. And look at, as if I don't know what's going to happen. He's pumped it up 100k. No, he'd already announced it. There we have it. Chips going to chips. Paldrick Parkinson. He'll tell you a story or two. He's always good fun to have at the bar. Love Paldrick. Jan Peter Jachman, 300,000. He just is 2 hands away from winning the title. It's always a good way to look at it when you're the chip deficit here. 2 hands away. Raisy Daisy, ace 765. Quite right. Button should be raising now a lot. King 8, 7 deuce. Not really a defending hand. And I really want to see you fold. Correct. Now, if Jan Peter was chip leader and Vasily was the short stack, Jan Peter would probably peel. The blinds, 4,000, 8,000. 500,000 chips in play. 60 big blinds deep, these fellas. When their heads up, if they were average stack. More. Just a little bit more. 10, 9, 7, 4. Could be a raise. It's a limp. Jacks is happy to see a flop. Looks pretty, but it's not such a great Omaha hand. Except when the flop comes Jack. But it's not. 10, 9, deuce, diamonds. Jan Peter top 2 pair will be betting this flop 8,000 or so. 10,000 makes it look simple. 2 yellow chips. Those yellow chips, 5,000 apiece. Blue ones 1,000. Well, we've got a call here from an overpair. Well, look at this. From 0 to hero. He's taken the front. Nothing wrong with Jan Peter thinking he's still in front. Diamonds have come, so a continuation bet here would be good and should be good enough to win the pot. 15,000 looks like, please call me, please raise me. And it sets up a nice river bet of about 50,000 if he gets called, that he can use in his advantage. And that's a good solid fold. It's a good solid bet on the turn. Now we're playing poker, boys. Don't forget, it's not too late to enter the competition. We're still playing. What time will we have our last hand of the day? Who's going to be crowned champion? I think that one's already gone, because they both have been announced already. So what time will we be finishing? I had 5:30. We're coming up to what, 4 o'clock? Yeah, well, I could be wrong. We could be here a while. All depends what happens. This is true. 7, 8 of diamonds. King of spades. Jachman with a straight flush draw. Ferso with 2 pair. We should see fireworks. 10,000 to bet. A raise is coming in. Flush draw and a straight draw. No. Turn card. 9-8. It's up and down straight draw, and the diamond has come in, and look at this, it's a straight flush, but there's no one with anything to pay him with. There's only one other player in the hand. Well, he's bet 20,000. Unfortunately, he's not going to get called, and he's going to show it, because he's going to have to show it, because it's a straight flush, and everybody likes to show a straight flush except for him. And there's my waitress that brings me my coffee, pouring water for these lovely gentlemen. Walhall BRS, you're right. I'm new to the game. Played it once in my life. Got lucky, won the tournament. buy-in for this tournament, €3,000. 34 runners, 17 started at day 2. We are heads up for the ring. 4-5, Queen, 2 pair for Yachman. We can see it's the up and down. Is there a wrap involved? Is there a flush draw involved? We'll find out as soon as we get those hole cards. I guess not, because it's just been called. And I would assume the chip leader with a wrap and a flush draw, or even an up and down and a flush draw, would raise this. Turn card. Looks like the 8 of spades to me. Flush complete, straight complete. And that will be Jan-Peter Yachman switch off mode. And the river pairs the 4. A check there to deceive Jan-Peter Yachman, inducing a bet. Will he fall for the trap? The pot's wrong. It can't be 28,012 because there's no hundreds in play. Check, check. We'll see all 4 cards. There we go. The other 2 cards were King Jack. Hence why it was just a check call. The straight will win this. Floor, table, 1. I think the shuffling machine's died. Oh no, don't tell me the dealers have got to go back to the old-fashioned way where they got to shuffle themselves. What's the world coming to? Jan-Peter Yachman, he's got the aura of a champion. Vasily Versov does not want to allow this. The good news, one of these players is going to own a WSOP bracelet and a ring. First place tonight, €44,100. Second place, 29,400. Third place today was Thomas Bichon, picked up 14,700. In fourth place was Dmitry Holju, solid player, 9,800. And we got some action. Raised from the button, quite right. Queen 10, double 9, 1 suit. Defended by Ace King, Jack Deuce, 1 suit. Heads up action. King, Queen, Jack. Hello. Here comes some action. Check, check. Pairs the Jack on the turn. Jan-Peter Yachman from 0 to hero. He's betting, he's getting called. Once he knows he gets called, he can double his bet size on the river. Can't imagine he's going to fold this. But he does. Solid, solid. He's no fool, this man, let me tell you. No fool at all. There the chip counts. Slowly crawling back in the game. So new deck in play. Sunglasses are back on for Jan-Peter. Germany versus Belarus. And now the final table is outnumbered women to men. There wasn't one of them at the final table earlier. Now there's 3. Bit of eye candy for the boys. They're not interested. Tell you what they've got their money on. Eye on the prize. That's it. Focused. They want the money. They want the ring. They want the glory. They want the bragging rights. Say what you will about Jan-Peter. He's there or thereabouts in all of these tournaments. Action on the man from Belarus. Ace, 664 with diamonds. Button, raise. 20,000. Big blind, wakes up with 10-8, 5 deuce. It's not a good Omaha hand. He knows it, but he does like a gamble. Good fold.
long you played heads up in the final in the World Series tournament?
3-day event,
Yeah.
but we play 4 days.
So you had such a long.
For max, we play 10 hours.
4 max. Wow.
4 max, yeah. And 3 max. Heads up very quickly,
Okay.
and 3 or 4 max.
So a long time.
So,
Just asking him how long they were playing heads up for when he won his bracelet. He was saying they were about 7 hours four-handed.
So how many dollars he won? It was a big field, yeah? Big field.
yeah.
How much? First prize.
400. 40.
Vasily with the blockers. He's bet the blockers. Just a pair for Yachman. Pretty sure this is a fold. Not a good call, because you're really putting yourself in a pickle on the turn. It's come a queen. Well, Vasily will like that queen. He liked it so much, he's going to check.
Blocker.
Yeah.
And the queen. Show me the queen first, you slow roller.
You have 6.
It's check, check, river check, queen, winner.
I was just happy. Thank you.
Queen, stop my aggressive.
We're going to see action. Ace, Jack, 10-9 double suited against Ace, King, Queen, 8, one suit. Just getting news from Daniel that we're going out for a drink after to celebrate the win of the people in the commentary box. Well, we got a flop. Look at this. This is what they call a complete wrap. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. Any Ace, any Jack, any 10, any 9. Okay, there's spades there, and it's top 2 pair for Yachman. 120,000 already in the middle. I can't imagine we're not getting it all in on this flop. Could it be over? 1. 90,000 is the bet. All in. And a call. Not yet the call, but it's definitely going to be a call. This is where champions are made. He can't pass. There's an all-in and a call. We can see the odds. It's 60-40. Jan-Peter Yachman in front at the moment. He's got to dodge any card from a 9 to an ace. A king or a queen seals the deal here.
Against a wrap. No straight. Okay, come on.
Now it says there's a million in the middle. That's because all the chips are in. It's an ace. That is a straight for Vasily. An ace, a king or a queen. Well, we have a champion, a world-class champion, Vasily Versov, the winner today, and a very worthy winner. A very worthy runner-up, Jan-Peter Yachman. Give both massive round of applause for them there. Massive round of applause. Both worthy champions in my mind. It's 3:44 on my clock. That's what time we finished. I'll check out Twitter, let you know tomorrow who won the prize. Meanwhile, we're going to have a ring presentation tomorrow with a Belarus national anthem. From me, Paul Zimbler, bringing you the action. Thanks all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. for the €25,000 High Roller Day 1. First place today, Vasily Versov. Runner-up, Jan-Peter Yakman. In third place, Thomas Bichon. In fourth place, Dmitry Holju. Our bubble boy today, Yanni Vilmunen in fifth. In sixth place, Lucas Nermis. In seventh place, Arvin Ravindran. And in eighth place was Arthur Schreiner. That was the final table. This has been the Pot Limit Omaha. Have yourselves a good night. I'm off for a drink, and I'll see you tomorrow.
That was not... You had a flush draw?
Yeah.
You had flush draw too?
Yeah, but you better flush draw. You a king, yeah? This.
But the flop was not a flop.
Yeah. This is no flop. Flop runner flash.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Why did you change the board? I mean, it was the...
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm confused now. I go in with top two.
Yeah, exactly. I was
And
confused.
runner flash.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
You're right.
No flush draw.
That's a joke.
Okay. Yeah, and I can take you to the payouts.
Yes.
And we're going to do
Vasily.
the winners for...
Hmm? Ah, okay.
Yeah, just leave the chips and we'll fix the photo. You want to go and use the bathroom?
I win 6 marks ровно в 10 раз больше, как сказать по-английски. Практически 10 раз. 10 more, это не плюс 10 будет.
Это больше. 10 больше.
Инка. Только и людей было ровно так, тоже приблизительно в 10 раз больше. Все, я ровно кольцо хотел. Я могу просто сказать, что за последних 3 моих, бои.
Kings Casino Rozvadov. Ich bin bereit.